Well, this guy was out playing golf with his wife and another couple, and they got up there to about to say the 15th green, and he had a beautiful shot, beautiful drive, and everybody else drove. And when he got down there to where his shot was, it was in the rough, see, okay? And he looked toward the hole, and between him and the hole was a kind of a barn-like structure, and so he decided he would take his ball and throw it out into the fairway and, you know, take an extra stroke. And this other guy came along and says, "Hey, don't do that." He said, "Look," he said, "I'll go up there to that barn there, and I can open up that barn door in front and open up the barn door in back, and you can shoot right through those barn doors right at the green." So the guy said, "Well, that makes sense." So this other fellow went up, opened up the barn doors there, and he took his 4-iron out, and he had a beautiful shot, but unfortunately it hit the corner of the first opening, you know, caromed off, caromed off, hit his wife in the head and killed her, dead. And so time went on, and 2 or 3 years later he's playing the same course with with several cronies, you know. And they get up to the 15th green, and he hits the ball, good drive, but it goes off into the rough. And when he gets down there, after everybody else is hit, he gets down there, and he's right in front of that same barn-like structure. And so he's reaching down there, he's going to throw the ball out, you know, into the fairway and take a stroke. And a friend of his, or one of his cronies, came along and said, "Oh, wait a minute," he said, "don't do that." He said, "Look," he said, "I can open up that front barn door and open up that second barn door, and then you have a straight shot right for the green. You just go right through there." And the guy said, he says, "Oh, none of that crap." He says, "The last time I did that, I took a 9 on this hole." Don't you get it?
I get it. I get it. I heard that before.
Hey, you heard that before. Okay.
One of these senators, have you heard this?
No.
Have you heard of?
No.
Or, no. It's really Chancey Dupree, but he was one of these senators that was always jockeying for, you know, political position, and he would always manage to be the person that would announce the speaker when somebody was given a talk. And so President Taft was going to give a talk, and he worked it so that he was going to be able to introduce President Taft. And so when he gave his introduction, he was like, "President Taft is pregnant with enthusiasm, and he's pregnant," and he kept using the word pregnant. And finally, President Taft gets up and he opens up his jacket, and, you know, he's a large man, and his stomach is kind of hanging out, and he says, "Well, if it's a girl, I'm going to name it Columbus. But if it's a boy, I'm going to name it Americus. But if it is gas, which I suspect that it is, I'm going to name it Chancey Dupree."
Very good.
Reaction shot. Can we have a reaction shot over here on
Very
the
good. That's wonderful.
Oh, that's a good one.
It is good.